Good morning. I have not sinned against you. That is what David tells King Saul after he has spared his life. I mean, the king was in a vulnerable position, and David could have killed him, but instead, what seemed good, what was right to David in that situation, was to not kill the king. He didn't have the authority to do that. And in sparing his life, he was preparing his appeal that he would make to the king to prove that he didn't intend to harm him. I mean, he had the perfect chance, but he didn't take it. And that would be a very convincing argument to the king. In the scene, King Saul finishes his business, departs the cave, heads to his troops, and when he's a bit away, David emerges from that same cave. He calls to the king, who stops and turns around. David speaks humbly and expresses himself respectfully. He then shows the king the piece of royal robe, which could have been his head instead. And with that setup, David makes his appeal to the king to stop his murderous pursuit. After his appeal, the king's heart is touched, and he weeps aloud. That's definitely a moment of surprise. I mean, the king had been so relentless and ruthless, it's hard to believe that he could ever be touched by something that David said. Saul responds by admitting the inevitable, that he knows David will be the next king. So much so that he even appeals to David for mercy for his family members once David is placed as king. But I'm still smitten by David's statement, and I invite you to ponder that today. I've been pondering it. I have not sinned against you, O king. I could have sinned, but I have not. I could have hated you for all you've done to me and my family, but I have not. You've driven me away from my wife so I could protect her from you. You've forced me to live as a fugitive as you falsely accused me to the nation I served. You've thrown your spear at me, trying to kill me. You killed the Lord's priests and the citizens of Nob simply because they helped me. You've done such wickedness, but I have not sinned against you. I've not sinned in my words about you. I've not sinned in my attitude toward you. I've not sinned in my actions. I mean, though I have fled from you, I've done so to spare my life, but I haven't sinned. What an amazing thing to be able to say in his appeal to the king. Now, to realize that after all he had been through, he always sought to keep his heart and life right before God in regards to Saul. Oh, to have such a holy perspective of life, seeking to live a holy life. I'd like us to reflect upon that. And as we close this week together, I've invited Vincent to come and lead us in worship. God bless you.
You gave your life for mine, nailed to the cross, you crucified all my sin and shame. It was washed by your mercy. You are the treasure I find, my reason for living. So let my life become an offering to the one who is worthy. All praise to the Lord Most High. All praise to the one who saved my life. All praise to Jesus Christ, my King of heaven, my King forever. You stormed the gates of my heart. The veil in between was torn apart. Now you hold the keys to the grave, 'cause you bring things to life. You roll stones away. All praise
Thank you for listening to Mornings with Pastor Jim. This podcast is a ministry of Family Church PC. For more information or to contact us, go to familychurchpc.com. Have a blessed day.